Alright, so we're going to start off by making our cauldrons. And in the description box below, I've linked some other videos that show you how to form and create the cauldron that helped me when I was creating my version. So you're going to want to start off by forming your cauldron with aluminum foil. And just keep adding to it until you have the size that you want. To do is take a big block of black clay and condition it and then roll it out flat. Now that it's rolled out, what we're going to do is build the cauldron in parts. You're going to start by cutting out a strip of black clay that's about 1.5 centimeters wide. Cut out another strip that's about 0.8 centimeters wide. So you're going to take your first strip, place it around the upper half of the cauldron. And then what I'm going to do is take a silicone tip tool to blend out the seam right there. But you can just use your fingers if you'd like. After that, you're going to take your second strip, and this is going to be the rim of the cauldron. So in order to make that stay on, I'm going to take some bacon bond and place it all the way around here. Now take your second strip and place the edges together. Again, you're going to want to take your finger or a tool to blend out the seam. And then take your finger and kind of push out the rim right here. Next, you're going to want to re-roll your clay and then flatten it back out. Here you're going to want to trace out a circle in the black clay. And then last but not least, you're going to want to cut out a thin strip of clay to wrap around the cauldron. Now this is supposed to be an old, worn out, kind of beaten up cauldron, but if you see any like holes or divots that you don't really like in the clay, feel free to take some black clay and just fill it in. Now you're going to roll out 2 thin snakes of clay. And form them into 2 circles. A different silicone tip. It's kind of like a hook shape to blend this because it allows me to keep this rounded shape of the handle. Just go ahead and set them to the side for now. I'll take 3 little balls of black clay, and to form the feet, you're going to want to start pinching the ends and kind of roll them while flattening the top. gonna curve them out. Think like a Hershey's Kiss or a chocolate chip. Take your 3 feet and the 2 little circular handles that you made earlier, and you're going to pre-bake them for about 5 minutes. And then the last thing you're going to do for the cauldron is take 2 little flat pieces of clay, roll them out, and cut them so they're a little bit thinner. Do is take the handles that you made and slip them through and just blend it out on the side, and then make sure that it's wide enough that your handle can move. Now take your handles and attach them to each side. All that's left to do is texture your cauldron. And I'm just using a scrap piece of aluminum foil to make dents and scratches along it. Take your 3 little black chocolate chips and some bacon bond, and you're going to glue them in place. And when you're ready, go ahead and bake this for only about 6 minutes. Once it's done baking, you're just going to set that aside and you're going to start working on your witch's legs. You want to cut 2 even logs. You want to pick the top part, which is going to be the thigh, and then just start rolling out gently while leaving your top part of the leg, the thigh, wide. And then you're going to take your pinky and kind of indent it right here on the top. And then again here towards the bottom. And then I do have another link down below on the tutorial I followed for this. You're going to bend it at the knee and kind of shape your leg into however you want her legs to be positioned in the cauldron. And just repeat for the second leg. And again, just go ahead and pre-bake these for about 5 minutes. Now you're going to want to choose a color scheme for her leggings. For this one, I'm going to do orange and black. And when it comes to the stripes, you can either roll out the clay and make stripes that way, but I'm just going to draw them on the end. My other one, I did purple and black. You can do purple and orange, green and purple, anything that you want. For the shoes, you can make them any color that you want, but I'm going to do mine as black. You're going to take the pre-baked legs and you're basically going to build the shoe from that. Go ahead and roll it into a ball and then kind of push the edges and blend it. To actually form it, you're going to pinch and pull on the end until it becomes smaller and smaller. And be very careful so you don't tear off the end, because then you'll have to restart. And then just until you get to a nice flexible point. And then you're going to take it and roll it up. And then I'm pushing with my finger And here's where you'll want to take like a toothpick or any kind of small tool really. And on the bottom of the shoe, take the rod of the dotting tool or whatever you're using and push it in so that you're kind of forming a heel and a sole at the same time. So it's kind of tearing right here in the very middle. So I'm taking a little bit of extra clay and filling it in to make it more sturdy, and then smoothing it out. Flip it around so you can get the other side. And there you have the basic shape of the shoe. From here I'm going to trim this part of the shoe so it kind of just evens it out. Again for the second foot. And the last thing for the shoes is the little buckle. So take your little ball and flatten it. Take a small dotting tool and poke a hole and shape it. And then trim the edges. Then very gently place the buckle on the top part of the shoe, and then just go ahead and bake. So for the witch's brew, I have a lot left over from the first witch that I did, and I don't want to be wasteful, so I'm not going to make another one here, but I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. I poured TLS, or translucent liquid Sculpey, into a cup. First I added the light green color, and I do a generous helping of this. After that, I start adding a little bit of dark green at a time until I get the shade that I want. And then after that, I throw in some yellow, and that kind of brightens it up and gives it more of a sickly color, I guess I would say. So yeah, TLS, a lot of light green, probably a medium amount, just a couple of quick shaves of the dark green, and then some yellow on top of that. And then go ahead and mix it up. And then I noticed that if you just left it like that, it's kind of hard to maneuver this and get it out. So I added just a very tiny bit amount of water, like I'm not even kidding you, 1 drop. And that's it. And then it just gives you a more liquidy consistency, so it's easier to spread out. So before we get to the fun part, I just take a little bit of the TLS and spread it out onto the aluminum foil. And I'll tell you why in just a second. You're gonna take some green colored clay and you're going to spread it out along the aluminum foil so that you're covering every part of it. To pick out the position of your legs, have fun. I don't know what position that is, but yeah, just have fun with it. I think, let's see, we can do like side, do outwards, do inwards. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do mine kind of facing outwards. So just kind of push down into the clay so you can mark where they were at, and then grab some of the clay and then place it on the bottom. And now comes the fun part where you get to just have fun and fill in all the green with your witch's brew. And then you can drip it down the sides, you can splash it up on her legs. To make this one a very messy boiled over pot, like splashes all the way up to her knees basically. And then this is completely optional, but to add some more magical pizzazz, I'm just going to be adding this light green glitter to the mix. Gonna bake this for about 8 to 10 minutes. And now, like I said, I'm going to be drawing on the stripes with permanent marker, and you're welcome to paint them on, or like I said earlier, you can roll out thin snakes and make the stripes that way, but you have to do that before you bake the legs. All I did after that was add some glaze, and I put 1 coat on the witch's legs and 2 coats on the witch's brew. Alright guys, and that completes this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and please hit that like button and comment if you enjoyed watching this tutorial. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would be awesome. I will see you guys next time.